Okay, so we're back, and like we always say, when it's live, anything can happen, and sometimes things do happen, but you just got to roll with it. So what I was saying is our friend Tommy Lynn, who does the One Hot Night Neil Diamond Tribute Show, will be performing at the Dix Hills Performing Arts Center on Saturday, November 8th at 7 p.m. You can get your tickets at I have to look at it, dhpac.org. Okay, so go out and see him. Tickets are going fast. Go support him. He's great. The show's amazing.
And wait, before we go any further, I have to shout out to Joyce Dixon because last time when Mike was on the show, I said hello to everybody in the family except for his wife, Joyce. So, Joyce, special hello to you. Love you, sweetheart. This show's for you, honey.
Well, tonight in the studio, we have a great bunch of guys
Yes.
who I'd like to introduce right now. We have Ken Koch to my left. Ken,
Great to be
you
here.
play guitar. He plays guitar for the band Us and Floyd. And then we have Scott Goldberg, who does the vocals in the band, and Steve Mercarelli, who is the key tinkler. How are you?
Oh, just
The
great.
key tinkler. I bet you've never been called the key tinkler.
No.
No, it's original. It's my own stupid little thing. But there he is.
At least you got my name right.
You know what? When we were off camera just now, you said you had an irk.
Yeah.
Speaking of delis, go ahead, because I have that same irk too.
Yeah, the irk is when somebody's making a sandwich and they're wearing those plastic gloves, and the next thing you know, they're counting your change with the plastic gloves, and then they're back making another sandwich.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. What's the point?
Right.
What's the point?
I think of that all the time, and it just makes no sense. And that's an irk, and that's a valid irk.
Especially if people have food allergies and you touching the meat and the
Yeah,
cheese.
exactly.
And then you touch other things. That irks me as well.
Exactly.
That's true, too, because you know what? They could be making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for somebody or peanut butter on something,
allergy.
and there's a big
Well,
peanut.
that's a serious
But Tommy-
thing. That could be a serious.
Is there a deli around here we could storm?
Yeah. Hey, Tommy Martha was irk at us, too, that I loved.
Oh, yeah.
The tip jar on the deli counter when you got to make your own coffee. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Well-
I mean, these tip jars are out of control now.
Times are just so different because I don't know. It seems like we'll get off the subject quickly, but sometimes I feel pressure that in a day, everywhere I go, everybody's looking for a tip, and I feel like you want to be nice, and then you think, oh my God, you know. But then I'm like, I'm going to go broke if I tip every single person, every place I go.
Who
know.
tips you?
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what? I would.
There we go. Tony Moore wants a tip. Come on, Tommy.
Next week we're gonna have a jar out here, but I would tip the guy if he said, "Listen, hey, the coffee's on me." Then I give him a tip. You know what I mean?
But anyway, I want to welcome you guys to the show. We have a lot we could talk about, so we have to get rolling with it. But so you guys are from the band Us and Floyd, and there's a huge Floyd population out there of fans.
Oh, they still have the most selling album, right? Dark Side of the Moon is still.
I
the
think it
number-
sells, it goes gold every year. I
Every
believe.
year.
Does it really?
Yeah,
I have.
That's amazing.
It's like 40 years old.
It's 40 years old, and it's like every year it's still the
It
top selling
outsells a lot of
album.
albums. Yeah.
Who the hell keeps buying it?
Everybody.
people
That same guy.
The people that are so high, they keep losing it.
Well, I heard,
The new cannabis
I don't know if it was a
community
myth or
that
not, but
arises
I thought, I was always told that Floyd was like for heroin music, like people who were like on heroin, but that's not true.
No,
Just-
acid.
You can be on.
There you go. Let's clarify that it's acid, not heroin.
I'm a Floyd fan. I love Pink Floyd. I think they're awesome. And I got a good friend, Mike Martinez. Everything was Floyd. I think he's got tattoos of Floyd on his neck.
Yeah. There's a
So,
lot
yeah,
of Pink Floyd tattoos out there. We have a thing on our website about that.
Really? Do you guys? Any of you guys have Floyd tattoos?
No,
Any of you guys have tattoos?
no.
I don't.
Okay. Oh, you do? Okay.
And you're the one I thought didn't. You know?
Well, Floyd is a very, what I would call, more of an intricate type of rock, which I put in the same category as like a band like Yes or Rush. I mean, there's all different types of rock and roll. But wouldn't you say a little more intricate, a little more involved?
Yeah. I think it's hard to put it into a category because it's not quite Yes
Yeah, it's
or
got
Genesis.
its
It's
own
not as
sound.
technical, but it is sort
It's
of
got a unique
progressive
sound.
because
It's got
they
a
did do
unique
long
sound.
songs and
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
But it's
Yeah,
just-
some of their songs are really long. You know?
Yeah.
Like the whole side of an album.
Yeah.
exactly.
When you go back to like the real beginning, their whole spiel was an experience. So it wasn't just sound; it was sight and whatever else. They used to project oil bubbles over them, and they stood out of the spotlight because they wanted the audience to come in and feel whatever it is that they're going to experience with that. So it's
That's where
that
the
maybe
acid comes in.
well, that's where the acid comes in. But that's why the music is there's a lot of air and a lot of space in it. And sometimes as a player, the toughest thing is to leave it there and not try and jump in
Not
with
try
a
to
whole
fill.
heck load of notes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Okay.
I have to say, I don't know much about Pink Floyd. That's one band that I never, I mean, I like them, I listen to them, but it wasn't a band I went out of my way necessarily. You know, you have types of, or bands, I should say, that you like more than others. Not to say I don't like Pink Floyd, but they weren't one of my top, like, 5
Well, I
bands. I don't
gotta-
really know much about the band themselves, you know, the guys in the band.
I gotta say, when they started doing their sound check, you was belting out some Pink Floyd in the hallway.
No, I know, because I know the songs, you know. I have a question. How many weeks was Dark Side of the Moon on the Billboard 200 chart?
It was. I know it was over 700 and something.
Oh,
it was,
that's good.
right?
14 years or something.
Yeah, it was many years.
It was 742.
I was close.
That's
see?
that's
Very good.
Nice,
man.
Ken.
See?
yeah, that's
Nice.
I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. So you guys grew up loving Floyd? Like, were they like your top band? Something you've always wanted to do?
Yeah, it was one of them because my dad was into Pink Floyd, so he had a huge stereo system, and so it was always blasting in my house. And so yeah, I got into it at a very early age.
Did you go to a concert and get stoned with your dad?
I've never seen
Okay.
Pink Floyd.
Really?
Never
No.
seen Floyd?
Yeah.
I think
I
I'm
have
the
not
only one
either.
in
Wow.
the band
You
that
guys
hasn't seen.
have?
Well, yeah, seen
It's
Roger.
Roger Waters solo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
And
all-
how was that? Good.
It was good, yeah.
Yeah.
What show did you see?
I saw Animals in '77.
Okay.
Ah, 77, the famed spitting incident.
Yeah.
July 6, 1977. Can you
She
tell
don't
us
know much about Floyd,
No.
though.
No,
you
but
know?
she happens to know about
He's on a
that.
date.
Google, you gotta love Google.
Yeah, by that time, I guess there was a lot of friction in the band, and they were really getting tired of playing in arenas because they were used to the audiences they used to get in England, where people would sit quietly and listen and watch. And I mean, I could tell you in my show, they actually stopped the show a couple of times because idiots were throwing ash cans and firecrackers all over the place. So a couple of shows later, I think it was the last show on the tour, was up in Montreal. And Roger got a little bent out of shape with somebody, and he wound up spitting on him. And he really regretted doing it. I mean, he felt horrible. But from what I've read, as he was walking off the stage, one of the stagehands said something to him, and he said, you know, I think I'm going to have to build a wall between me and the audience. And there you go.
Wall.
Yeah.
And there came the wall, yeah. I'm sure, you know what? I'm sure it's tough sometimes. I know the fans are what keep you going. But listen, there are obnoxious people no matter where you go, whether it's the people throwing their garbage out the window, or you get an arena filled with how many hundreds of people. Yeah,
And
there's
you
gonna
add
be-
alcohol.
Right.
Yeah.
There you
Drugs and
go.
alcohol.
Yeah, and then just the lack of respect that some people just have overall. So you know what, and I'm not saying I condone the whole spitting thing, but it was a knee-jerk reaction, which I'm sure every one of us in this room has done something as a knee-jerk reaction afterwards to say, wow, I really wish I hadn't done that. But,
Not
you know,
me.
but,
Not me.
but for him, it's in the limelight, you know, it's forever there, you know, on Google and everywhere else that you read or whatever.
And
but-
you set the clock forward to the 90s, and now it's in to stand on stage and spit on the crowd.
I would never, that was one crowd I would never want to be part of, actually. But, so how'd you guys get started together as a group? You've been together for a few years now, right?
Yep. Actually, I answered an ad that Scott put in on Craigslist for he was auditioning for a Pink Floyd band, and we ended up with about 5 or 6 guys in the room that loved Pink Floyd, and we just started from there.
Now, the band's bigger than this. It's just you three right
We
now.
have
but
9.
Who are we missing? You know what, let's give them a shout out because they are part of the band. We just couldn't have them all here tonight, but why don't you tell us
Sure.
who the other members are?
Okay.
Can you pronounce their names?
No.
Well, then this might be a little difficult.
go
Well,
first.
we have Jimmy on the sax. He's a great guy. He's a lot of fun. Comes out, does his sax solos. Then we have
have,
Paul O'Dell on the bass now. He just started with us recently.
I know that name.
Yeah,
He's been around.
Paul's been around.
Well, Sammy Amounts sings Great Gig in the Sky with us. We have a few different female singers that come in and out.
Jess Katz
Jess
being
Katz
one of them.
sings with us.
We have Rick Nosa, who more or less takes on the Snowy White stuff, which was the second guitar in Pink Floyd that they used from like 70 on. And Doug Batensky is the drummer.
Wow.
And I
So
think-
it's a big, and you have a whole show. You put on lights, the whole thing. I mean, you really try to capture the essence of what Pink Floyd.
Which
does.
brings me to, when is your next show?
Our next show is Saturday night
I'm
at
thinking that's it.
89 North Music Venue. Funny you asked.
Saturday night, 89 North. Saturday
Right.
night,
89
89 North. Be
At
there.
Jog, right?
Right.
That's right. What
And,
time do you guys go on?
We'll be going on probably around 10:30, but they have Project Genesis, who's a great Genesis
Oh,
tribute band. They'll
great.
be going on around 8 o'clock.
Okay.
The doors open at 7:30.
Tickets at the door?
Yeah, you just pay at the door. It's $10.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a fun place to go see
10 bucks.
bands.
Oh,
you
it's
know?
a great place.
That's one of the clubs around that when you play at 89 North, that's a good thing, because there aren't too many of those good clubs around.
We're very fortunate to have a company that actually does the lights. Our lighting designer is Mark Van Tassel and his wife Youngbin, and they're 3D lighting gods. And I'll tell you, it's the logistics of trying to put on a Floyd show, especially in smaller clubs.
Right.
Besides the expense, okay, and the amount of work jiggering things around, I mean, these guys just play a huge part in what we do. And thanks.
Yeah, and it's nice to it's nice when you have the whole effect. I mean, whether it's a Floyd show or just being in a rock band. I mean, when you have all those other aspects, good lights, of course, a good sound system, good sound man, makes all the difference when you're actually performing. Right? You just get into it that much more to have all. It's
Definitely.
it makes it. Now, how'd you start playing guitar? You started very young.
Yep. Again, my dad was a guitar, played a little guitar.
Had a big
And-
guitar? Oh, he played a little guitar?
He played a little
Played a-
guitar, yeah, like a ukulele.
Ukulele.
So I picked that up. I guess I was about 10 or 11, and just started playing. Like I said, I got into Pink Floyd. I always loved playing David Gilmour, great solos and everything, and so that's how I got into it.
Besides Pink Floyd, what other stuff do you like to play? I mean,
Oh
I'm sure
well, yeah. I mean, back in the day, I was like a metal guy. I liked
Really?
Black Sabbath and
Oh, yeah.
Iron Maiden, Judas Priest,
Okay.
Really,
stuff like
yeah.
that.
And you're a Copeg guy.
That's right.
And he's
So
a
I'm going to give a
Copeg.
shout out
He's
to
a Copeg,
Copeg, because
yeah.
Ken's from
Copeg.
Copeg. He
That's right.
left us at an early age. But we were sitting, we were talking. He knew Scotty Brown and a bunch of the guys,
Right. Yeah, played baseball and hockey with all those guys.
Oh, you played
good.
hockey?
Oh, yeah,
There's the
street
hockey
and
player.
brother.
She's the
play
hockey
hockey.
player.
I saw pictures of you.
She had a game last
I never
night?
played ice hockey.
Yeah, I play roller, but it's okay.
That's cool.
It's so much fun. It's
Should.
definitely so much fun.
We won 12-3 last night. I just want to throw that in there.
Yeah, go white, go white.
Scott, now you're the one that put this band together, correct?
Right.
Okay, what made you do Pink Floyd, or how'd you come about this?
I mean, the music is universal. I mean, everyone, even if you don't necessarily know the songs, everyone knows the name Pink Floyd. I mean, I've always been into horror films of the 70s and 80s, and they always had that Prophet synthesizer.
Yeah.
They always had like all the synthesizers that Rick Wright used, and I guess I just always been into that sound.
That stuff that scared the shit out of you.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is bad. Like, I know it's coming. I know it's
But
coming.
just like when people in movies, they couldn't afford, like in like some of the classic horror movies or like even lower budget horror movies of like the 80s, they couldn't afford like an orchestra, so they would use synthesizers to be able to create some sort of mood, because they couldn't afford the orchestras and many other people they couldn't like bring people into a studio, so it was more easier to do it that way. And I think I've always been into that kind of music and the tones of those synthesizers. So and then it just I've always known of like Hey You, Comfortably Numb, like the hits. And then I think I had joined a Pink Floyd tribute band prior, but unfortunately that didn't work out, and I had put a Craigslist out and on the internet, obviously, and then we Ken replied and a bunch of other members replied, and then we practiced for a while until we felt like we were ready, and then we started. Actually today, I believe, is our first. It's been 2 years since our first gig.
Wow.
Wow.
Which yeah, it's
That's great. Now,
interesting, so.
do you guys?
Yeah, the
do you guys
first
play,
50
like,
went by really fast.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Right.
You guys play the whole tri-state area? Because Floyd's a big, attraction kind of band. You say Pink Floyd. There's not a lot of Pink Floyd bands out there to begin with. So when people hear Pink Floyd, you must get good reception from it, I would
Well,
think.
so far we've played Long Island and Manhattan.
Good. Okay.
We haven't got, but you'd be surprised how many Pink Floyd bands there are.
Are there really?
Every
Oh, yeah.
sort of
Oh,
geographic
really?
area
See,
has their
I
own
don't really hear it too many.
Pink Floyd tribute. Yeah.
Wow. And Steve, you how did you start playing keyboard? I know how you did, but I want you to tell everybody.
Yeah, I started I used to noodle around with like the guitar and the bass and stuff, and then I heard Elton John, and I figured I have to figure out how to play that. So I just found a piano in a high school auditorium, and I tortured my friends for about a year or two. And
They still
I've
your friends now?
Yeah, well, yeah, but they all live very far away.
Well, listen, we got to take a commercial break.
We do.
We're going to get back. We're going to do some more talking. Everybody stay tuned. These guys are going to play some
Yeah,
Pink
we
Floyd
heard them.
for
They're
you.
good.
And it's amazing. So
Yeah.
stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidiscipline practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
I am Tom Mealy for the Harrison Law Group, and I have been telling you for years that getting involved in an automobile accident is no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. If you've been involved in an accident of any kind, and you go to a law firm that says you have no case, it's simple. It's because they can't do it and they don't get it. You need to call us directly at 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
Get it right.
And we're back. You know,
We-
before the
we
commercial
own.
break, before we actually went on camera tonight, We came up with a new name for you guys.
We came up with it.
Well, you did, right?
No, Tommy
Tommy
did.
did. I forgot who did because we were all talking about it.
I
But it
came
was-
up with the costumes.
Tell me, what was the name exactly? King Floyd. King Floyd.
King Floyd.
So we're thinking, they're going to come out. They'll do us and Floyd, but then they'll do other shows where they'll be King Floyd, and we figure they can come out with like the assless chaps.
Sure, we'd be
We're going to put Steve in those.
Yeah, we're going to be the audienceless band if you do that.
So
Run into
King
the
Floyd, I think it would be
King Floyd.
kind of-
Alice Cooper meets Pink Floyd.
I just for the record, they're really not going to be King Floyd.
Yeah, no.
There will be no assless chaps.
That's right. We're going to keep the asses put away. We had a thing about asses last week with Joe Rock and the All-Stars, remember? They said enough with the ass talk. But anyway, we have a clip we want to show. Why don't you tell us what the clip is?
Okay, this one is from 89 North, where we'll be on Saturday, and it was, I forget, maybe a year or so ago, and it's Shine On You Crazy Diamond.
Shine on
And
you.
it's
Crazy
the,
Diamond.
it's the full band, so we
Right.
get to see the full band.
We all get.
Us and Floyd, New York's ultimate Pink Floyd experience. Capturing the sights and sounds of rock legends Pink Floyd. For more information, check out www.usandfloyd.com.
Nice.
That's
That
it.
was the wrong one.
But that's okay. We were
Hey,
gonna
it's
show them
live.
anyway.
That was the commercial.
That was the commercial.
But we are-
Yeah, the teaser.
Right, the
Ken said.
teaser. But
Everybody's
we are
got
going to
a
go,
teaser.
we're going to see the video
Yeah.
of Shining
I
Your
don't-
Crazy Diamond.
Yeah,
was
I think
King
Jules
And
gonna
it's
show
coming
that.
up now, I think.
Wow,
Hey.
that was really good. You guys sound amazing.
Thank you.
And
thank you
we're
very much.
back.
Amazing. And we're back. So listen, I'm just going to reiterate again. You guys have to go out and see them this Saturday at 89 North in Patchogue. That's on North Ocean Avenue.
Correct.
Yes.
And they go on around 10:30, but the doors open up prior to that because there's a Genesis kind of tribute band playing there. What's the name?
Project Genesis will
Project
start at
Genesis.
8 o'clock.
Okay.
And then we'll
But
go on right
us and Floyd, that's who you want to go see. Definitely get out there, support them. They have a great sound. They sound very much like Floyd, which you guys are going to hear in a little while, but in an acoustic sense.
Mention us at the bar and you won't get a free drink.
Yeah. Matter of fact, they may
extra.
just kick you out. So,
Yeah.
so you guys. Actually, Vinny said, did you say that on camera or off camera that you're going to put a tip jar here for the next show?
Yeah, I said it on camera.
It was
I
on
believe.
camera?
I
You-
don't
you
know.
forget when you say
You forget when
things.
you're on
Yeah.
camera and off camera
Exactly.
over here now.
Exactly. So what do you guys have planned for the future? I mean, do you do a lot of musicians have a band, but then they have some side stuff that they do, whether it be, well, I know you do film.
Right.
Do you want to tell us about that? What you do?
I just on the weekends I do filmmaking. I just like to do creative stuff. So I guess like the band's like an outlet to a degree, and so is filmmaking and writing and things of that nature. So that's the type of stuff that I enjoy to do when I'm not working my full-time job, I suppose.
Wow, and I would think filmmaking takes up all of your time on the weekends. I mean, because it's a very absorbing kind of a thing, right? It's not like you check in for an hour or two and you do it. That's something that
Sure.
pulls you in, and
Takes time, right?
you stay drawn in for quite a while, I would think.
Sure, definitely.
Wow.
Definitely.
And Steve, how about you?
I spend a lot of time talking to Ken. And I mean, the band just requires constant thought. I mean, the business end of it is fluid and a little on the rough side. And the logistics end is pretty difficult. And then to top things off, whenever we approach a song, I mean, we really will try not to play a song unless we could really make it sound, if not 100% as close as possible. So that means hours combing the internet looking for what instrument was played on this, and which is a little difficult because a lot of these synthesizers are 40 and 50 years old.
Right.
So that's it. This band is usually circulating through my head most of the time.
Really?
Now, who does the booking of the band?
That's been thrust upon me.
Okay.
I've been doing it, yeah. And we're actually looking for somebody.
Well, we got
I
a
would
guy,
like to have
Bobby
a booker.
Bands. He's good. He got a lot of venues. He's
Yeah.
Yeah,
got a
we
lot
could-
of bands.
Yeah,
You know,
Bobby.
well.
Hi, Bobby.
Hi, Bob. We'll point you in his direction.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
thank
I mean,
you.
we really, as far as the Pink Floyd, to do the full stage show, we would love to do some of the theaters,
Yeah.
locally.
Oh, absolutely. Like
Sure.
the Dix Hills Performing
Exactly,
Arts
yeah.
Center.
Bolton Center.
Yeah, and then the one in Oakdale. I forget the name of the
There's
one
one
in
in Huntington,
Oakdale,
too.
but
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's made for that, like a theater for Floyd. I mean, that's
just sitting
to
down
be
and
sitting in your
enjoying the
seat and
whole
just enjoying
experience,
Right.
yeah.
the show, right?
And you
Like
guys,
said.
you put so much into it. That's the kind of stuff. That's where you want to play. Nice. you know,
Yeah, it's
walk
tough.
up,
It's
you know.
tough when you're playing in a place and you know what it really should be, but there's something logistically that prevents you from it. The ceiling on the stage isn't high enough.
Right.
You can't use haze. There's
can't
just
have a
not
floating
there's
pig.
not enough room. Oh, forget it.
We have a
You have a little
3D
one.
pig.
We have
You got a 3D
Yeah,
pig?
the 3D light guards that we work with doing the lighting, they've been making some cool 3D stuff.
And
so.
plus, at our age now, us Floyd fans, a little older, we want to just sit down and
That's
listen.
right, exactly, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, 89 North, people standing
Yeah.
3 hours
Which-
by the time we go
Which
on.
brings me to a story. I remember last time we were seeing the Stones, I mean, the first time I seen the Stones, all you smell was weed. And the last time I seen the Stones, all you smell was Ben Gay. Like, what the hell?
But do you guys have, so you don't have any other projects then? Because really what you were saying is it takes so much of your time to be as intricate as, and listen, you guys capture it. That video that you just showed, because I haven't had the pleasure to see you guys live yet, but you really do capture the whole essence of Pink
Would you
Floyd,
mind
so-
if I thanked a couple of people
Of
who
course
like
not.
the really
Listen,
instrumental?
you're here for whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
Right there.
Oh,
Just no assless
Hi.
chaps.
no assless chaps. There's a good friend of ours, Sherry Goldberg, that actually came to see us in TJ Halpin's. Was that the name of the place? It was a little small bar in Glen Cove. It was the first time we played, and we kind of like lined up against the wall. And she fell in love with the band, and she really has done so much for us, as well as the regular local music scene, that I just cannot express my gratitude enough. And people like Shannon, or a crazy lady that they call the Pig Lady. It's actually one of the smartest Pink Floyd fans I know, Lisa Kamada. Oh, sorry, Lisa Kamada. And she really gets into the music.
I do a few pig ladies.
No, she's not like that. She actually comes with this big. She comes with this big stuffed pig, and you'll see it like dancing around. Or he'll use it as a prop. So.
And you know what? It's all, listen, without the fans coming down to see you, there would be no you playing in the clubs.
Oh,
So that's what it's all about. So to reach out and say thank you to them and acknowledge them is really, it's important.
You guys got Facebook page?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
fine.
Where
Us
we find
and
you?
Floyd. Everything is Us and Floyd, A-N-D, Floyd. We have a website, Facebook, Us and Floyd. You can find us on YouTube, Us and Floyd. Us and
Is it
Floyd, we're all over.
A&D?
Yes.
Us and Floyd?
US,
and
A&D,
Floyd. Okay.
Floyd, yeah.
And then there's King Floyd. No,
Pink Floyd, yeah.
that's great. So go on to Facebook and look for Us and Floyd and like them. And listen, once you're on their page, then you can see their gigs and see what's going on with them because they're definitely worth checking out. You know.
And we also have to thank Bill Bryant for that video.
And
Oh, we
so
got
many,
Bill
and so
Bryant.
many other videos.
I went to
Yeah.
school with Bill Bryant.
Where did you go to school?
Lindenhurst.
Oh.
Shout out Lindenhurst. Actually, I hadn't seen him probably since graduation, but I did see him in the old Madhouse studio, Tommy, right down the block about a year ago. And we started talking, and I said, you look familiar, and, where you from? And bingo, there it was. We
Wow.
graduated together. He does some really nice work.
Oh, amazing.
He
Yeah, I
does
mean,
amazing work.
Now,
And
how do you know Bill?
He was friends with somebody in the band and went to school together.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
Not
there's somebody
very-
in the band from
not-
Lindenhurst?
Uh,
Must be. Oh, wait, you don't know their names.
You only been together 3 years.
yeah, right.
Now, listen, that's because you're so focused on the music. Names
yeah,
aren't
that's it.
Oh, it's the acid.
Actually, we really like to thank everybody that comes to see us because.
Yeah, shout out to the fans, right?
I mean, we really, this isn't exactly what you would call a profitable enterprise, and I mean, we're really doing this to keep, to celebrate that music, and for all the guys out there and gals that really love the music, and we have just so many great people that we've met and come and see us everywhere we play, and we really love you guys, and without you, we wouldn't be doing this.
Exactly.
So thank you.
Well,
really.
I got to be honest with you, your fan base is going to grow and grow and grow because you guys put it down. I mean, you sound like Floyd, man. I
Yeah.
mean, and that's what they want to hear.
Well, thank you.
They're going to hear it coming to see you. So look them up, find out where they're playing, and come out and see them.
Definitely. 89 North, Saturday, yeah. But I was going to say something else, now I forgot. I was off track while you guys were talking
You had
about the
another
fan
irk.
base.
Oh,
No more irks. We're on to the good stuff now.
you were talking about King Floyd again, were you?
No, Pink Floyd. So you guys have kids? You guys have kids you want to
Sure.
say hello to? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure they're watching out there, right?
I bet Christina's watching. That's my daughter and my wife, Mary Alice.
Okay,
I'm sure they're glued to the computer.
Definitely. Hi,
They're
girls.
saying, loosen up, Dad.
Now,
Come
does your
on.
daughter play an instrument? Is she
No,
musically inclined?
she has a beautiful singing voice, though. She's a great singer.
And
Does she do
she's
anything with
quite
it?
a dancer.
Not, she's been in school plays and chorus.
And she
and all that.
dances?
Yeah, she's a dancer.
Oh, my daughter's dance too.
Wow.
And my son Ken is down in North Carolina. I'm not sure if he's watching or not, but and Becky, Ken and Becky.
There you
Ken
go.
and Becky.
Well, they could always watch it afterwards too. So.
Scott, anybody you want to acknowledge while you have the chance?
My fiance Jen.
See that?
He's getting married next year.
Next
Yep,
year.
yeah, next
Yep.
year.
Really?
Yep.
Great. Does she love what you do? Does she follow you and go with you?
Yeah, no, she does
Big
photography,
supporter?
all that
Good.
stuff, yeah, so
Yeah,
go
you need
into-
that. You
Yeah.
know what?
Never
You can't really do anything truly successfully 100% unless you have, if there's a significant other in your life that actually really stands behind you. Because I've done it without that support in the past, and it doesn't work, and it kept me from doing what I love to do. And I have been in my life who totally supports me, and it makes a big difference.
It really does.
Because this takes up so much time.
Right.
Rehearsals, like you said, researching, and then now gigging and moving. I mean, a day of a gig, you spend a lot of time just loading up,
Absolutely.
getting to the job, unloading, the whole thing. It just takes a lot of time. So you need that support.
How
My
could you
wife
not
is-
like it? How could you not support it? I mean, she goes to rehearsal. I get the remote control all by myself. I'm like, yeah.
What were you going to say?
I don't know, my wife, she's like our PR person at the shows. She's
Great.
taking pictures and getting emails. And,
Great. That's good.
you know,
You
it's-
need
Yeah,
that.
you got
it's a lot of
to help
support.
out.
You
You know
need
what I
it,
mean?
yeah.
That's great.
Definitely. Well, I'm thinking we're going to
Wait.
take a, what?
Did Steve have anybody?
Oh, yeah, I want to say hi to Laura and Nick, who I can almost guarantee aren't watching this.
Why not?
And, but somebody who I think probably is, my cousin Maureen. She's a big supporter. So hi.
Good. Shout out to Maureen.
Hi, Maureen. Thanks for supporting them. They're good. They're worth it. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then these guys are going to do some stuff up on the stage.
These
so
guys.
Stick around. These guys. Pants on.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching, doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act One will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
And we're back in the madhouse with us and Floyd.
Do you think they dropped the ball? Mother, do you think they like this song? Mother, do you think they're trying to break my bones? Ooh, mother, should I build a wall? Mother, should I run for president? Mother, should I trust the government? Mother, will they put me in the firing line? Is it just a waste of time? Hush now, baby, baby, don't you cry. Mama's gonna make all of your nightmares come true. Mama's gonna put all of her fears into you. Mama's gonna keep you right here under her wing. She won't let you fly, but she might let you sing. Mama's gonna keep baby cozy and warm. Ooh, babe. Ooh, babe. Ooh, babe. Of course, Mama's gonna help build the wall. baby, baby, don't you cry. Mama's gonna check out all your girlfriends for you. Mama won't let anyone dirty get through. Mama's gonna wait up until you get in. And Mama will always find out where you've been. Mama's gonna keep baby healthy and clean. Ooh, babe. Ooh, babe. Ooh, babe. You'll always be baby to me. Oh, it didn't need to be so. So you think you can tell oh, heaven from hell and blue skies from pain? Or can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail and a smile from a veil? Or do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, and hot air for a cool breeze, a cold comfort for change? And did you exchange a walk-on part in a war for a lead role in a cage? How I wish you were here. Oh, we're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. What have we found? The same old fears. I wish you were here.
Floyd, Ken, Scott, and Steve, and once again, they'll be at 89 North.
89 North on Saturday.
Oh, I'm not coming up. I don't have a microphone. I wasn't talking into the microphone. 89 North, thanks, Vin. This Saturday, they go on at 10:30, but the doors open prior because there's a Genesis band. But please come check them out. Go check them out on Facebook, Us and Floyd. We want to thank them again. You guys are the closest thing to Pink Floyd I have ever seen.
Thanks,
We want to have you guys back. Thank you. Good job.
Hey, thank all our fans for looking in. See you next week. Good job, buddy. Good job.
Fabulous, fabulous. Oh my God,
Ken,
you guys sound
go big boy.